Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. I have a double-sided mug today. I love double-sided mugs. And because I was reminded that I did not describe the perfect handle for me is a handle where three of my fingers and my thumb fit perfectly with my little finger balancing the bottom. Not too thick. Thin is better than thick, and light. I don't want my hand to have to work all that hard when I'm holding my coffee in the morning. You know what I mean? Today is special. Today is very special. Um, Bailey, you see Bailey back there? There's Bailey. Hey, Bales. Hey, Bailey. Say good morning to everybody because it's Rescue Dog Day. Yeah, it is. That's your day. It's almost like a birthday. Oh, don't be shy. Anyway, if you've never had a rescue dog, there you can see him in the mirror now. If you've never had a rescue dog, you just don't know the feeling of, in his case, he was on the kill list. Yeah, because he was so violent, right? Yeah, you can see how violent he is. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't bark a lot when somebody comes to the door, but come on, what dog doesn't? That's their job. He is protecting us. His job, Indy told me this. I shouldn't get upset because Bailey is on patrol all the time. He is 24/7 our patrol. We should be very grateful. And I am. And I think the whole job of taking in rescue animals is just a glorious thing to do. Yeah, it is. Now, if we could only be so nice to the homeless people on our planet. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, what else? It's World Bee Day. You do know that thank you to the bees for cross-pollinating things. Bees are like so vitally important to our existence. We don't even realize it. You know, we're just afraid they're going to sting us. Bees are important. Here, we have 3 rescues. That's right. Indy's right. We do. Gloria and Coco have been with Indy for so long that it's hard to remember that they are also rescue dogs. We are very big believers in rescue dogs in this house, and we have 3 adorable ones. Now we have to rescue the bees because apparently we have some bees out in front and we need to have someone come in and take them away. Now, I didn't say kill them, did I? No, because we don't want to kill the bees. So back when I lived at my other place, remember that white kitchen? Yeah. So back when I lived there, I was looking out the patio door and I saw some bees flying around, like maybe 3. And I thought, well, that's weird. I mean, we get flies, but bees? So I opened the door and I went outside and lo and behold, I saw like 6 or 7 bees. And I thought, whoa, that's trouble. I got bees. What am I going to do? And I looked down by the barbecue and I saw that there was like this little swarm of bees. And I thought, I got bees. I got to get them out of here. So I started making calls. And I started doing some research about bees, and I found out there are some places that will kill them, and there are other places that like suck them up and take them to some place where they can live and make honey and do good. And that's what I needed. So I finally found a place that would come out, and it was like, it depends on the size of the hive and blah, 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 and how long they've been there. And I said, well, I just noticed them today. I mean, and I go outside all the time. I've never noticed them before. So it's probably just a swarm. No, they got out. They came out with their whole bee garb, you know, with the big hats, with the screens and the big gloves and, you know, so they wouldn't get stung, right? 2 of them came out with all this machinery. When they turned the barbecue around, the bees had formed a hive inside the bottom of the barbecue. There were thousands of bees, not a dozen, thousands. Max was very young then, and he was visiting Grandy, that's me, for the weekend. So he and I stood by the glass like this, watching these guys get rid of thousands of bees from my backyard. Yeah. And suck them up and take them to someplace wonderful to make honey and cross-pollinate things. So happy bee day. Be good to your bees. We have to find somebody who will come and do that now in the front. But the best one is, did you watch musicals? Because I loved musicals growing up. I loved them. I told you about South Pacific just maybe yesterday. There were two that were my favorites. Well, okay, I had a lot of favorites. But on my favorites list were South Pacific, which we talked about the other day, and My Fair Lady. It was on my list because it was my parents' favorite, and my father used to he used to beg me to sing songs from My Fair Lady. Well, there's one that's about today. And first of all, I want to tell you that, and I wrote down his name, Mark Acito, Acito, wrote an article called Speak Up and Celebrate Eliza Doolittle Day. It's on npr.org, and it's just a delightful article about Eliza Doolittle, but it's really about how we speak, about our language and our use of words, and how it used to be in the time of My Fair Lady that people would aspire to speak properly and to speak like the most elegant, educated people on the planet. And now it's more like Sarah Palin, who Mark Acito describes as talking like she's taken whatever she said that couldn't be understood, translating it into Korean, then back into English, and then Korean again. So it's almost impossible to understand how she's saying. So we're kind of dummying down our language and our use of language. Yeah. Good morning, Stephen. Thanks for being here. Anyway, so today is Eliza Doolittle Day. And you're saying to yourself, who's Eliza Doolittle and why are we celebrating her day? Well, if you haven't watched My Fair Lady, you really need to. I mean, it's a classic. But Eliza Doolittle was played by Audrey Hepburn, was the flower seller, the Cockney flower seller, who talked like she was from the gutter. And she was taken in by some very brilliant men and taught how to speak like a lady. Okay? But one of the first songs that she does when she's really angry, she's speaking in the way she speaks and talking about what she wants to have happen. And there's this story about how she's called before the king, and the king says, next week on the 20th of May, except she says my, next week on the 20th of May, I proclaim Eliza Doolittle Day. All the people will celebrate the glory of you. Okay, so in the show, they proclaim May 20th, Eliza Doolittle Day. So that's what we celebrate. So today, go out there and use your best English accent. I think I already told you the story about working at a movie theater when Mary Poppins came out. And just for fun, I spoke with an English accent when I worked in the ticket booth, and everyone thought I was English, and I spoke just like this. And it was absolutely delightful. And I sold so many tickets to go and see Mary Poppins. I could have done the same thing for My Fair Lady. Cheers. Or be upstanding and raise your glass to the Queen. Whatever. Okay, so it's World Bee Day, Eliza Doolittle Day, and Rescue Dog Day. Bam! We got holidays to celebrate. So what else? Cher's birthday. All right, little known facts about Cher. Cher was not her real name. No. It was a nickname based on her real name, but she didn't always go as Cher. When she first started singing, she went as Bonnie Jo Mason, cut a single, and it bombed. So she dumped it and the name that went with it. And when she first started singing with Sonny, it wasn't Sonny and Cher, it was Caesar and Cleopatra. Caesar and Cleo, something like that. Yeah. So finally they settled on Sonny and Cher. Do you remember when they wore those caveman outfits that time? Yeah. They were pretty awesome. Sonny and Cher. You know, he was like the mayor of Palm Springs. Right. Yeah. Sonny and Cher. Big deals. Big deals. And she's like going strong. She just keeps recreating herself. That's what we all need to do. Just keep recreating yourself. Don't let up on it. It's also Pick Strawberries Day. Oh, I'm so envious if you have strawberry plants. I used to have strawberry plants, and I'd go out in the morning and I'd pick 3 or 4 fresh strawberry plants off the vine, stick them in my cereal. Oh, that's when I was a kid. We had strawberries growing everywhere. It was delightful. That's my big word, delightful. Well, it was. Okay, you know what else it is? It's a day everybody is going to want to celebrate. You and you and you and you and you and you and you. It's Be a Millionaire Day. Yeah. And if you can't be a millionaire, act like a millionaire. Let the world know you're worth $1 million because you are. And maybe what you do is learn to be a generous millionaire. Take it wherever you want it. It's Be a Millionaire Day. Moshe Dayan's birthday. Joe Cocker. I mean, come on. You can hear a song come on the radio and automatically know who it is by that deep, gritty voice of his, right? So what I couldn't remember, like, what were some of his songs? I don't know if you remember, but for An Officer and a Gentleman many years ago, he did Up Where We Belong, and it was beautiful. And for Sleepless in Seattle, he sang Bye Bye Blackbird in a great rendition. And You Are So Beautiful to Me. You are so beautiful to me. Anyway, I don't do a really good Joe Cocker imitation, I guess. 1862. Let's go back in time. Abraham Lincoln put into effect the Homestead Act. Yes. They were trying to get the Western United States settled. Wish I'd been alive then, because all you had to do is mark off 160 acres of land, and it was free as long as you built something on it and worked it for 5 years. And after 5 years of living and working on 160 acres, you owned it for free, just to get you to move out west. Now, people are dying to move out west. It's like the place to be, right? Well, not for everybody. I mean, some people like the big city. We have some cities. We have big cities, but I love it out here. I love it. I like my desert. What can I say? But that was Abraham Lincoln's contribution. And by the way, he did this in 1862, and by 1900, 80 million acres were given to people through the Homestead Act. Yeah. So, you know, maybe that's how your ancestors got their land, started their ranch or their farm or Disneyland. I don't know. 2015 was a very sad day for television. It was the day that David Letterman stepped down. Yeah. We did have some sad days, but in 1927, it was the first nonstop New York to Paris flight by Charles Lindbergh in the spirit of St. Louis. I mean, it was a movie, it was a book, it was the real thing. I remember going to the Smithsonian and they had the spirit of St. Louis on display. And even though I really didn't know that much about it, somehow just the name of it was kind of inspiring, don't you think? Especially good coffee today. Anniversary of the death of Christopher Columbus. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. All right, but the death that really got to a lot of us in our generation was the death of Gilda Radner to cancer. That was, wow, she was an inspiration to so many women. And what a funny, funny lady, but a good lady too. My favorite quote of hers is, most of my fashion sense is decided by what doesn't itch. By what clothes don't itch. That was her fashion sense. I like that about her. She also said, for me, dogs are the most amazing creatures. They give unconditional love. So for me, they are my role model for being alive. Appropriate on Rescue Dog Day, right? Yeah, unconditional love. So the quote today was really a gift to share for all the amazing music she's brought to this planet, right? Because she has. Whether you're a big fan or you just admire her work, because let's face it, she's got a phenomenal voice. Today's word art, you can see it either on the word art page or on What Do I Say, What Do I Do? It's all over Facebook. Music is awesome therapy for whatever has me feeling out of tune. Yeah. Bring on the music. Yeah. Play on, play on, play on, play on. Keep playing on. Yeah. Happy Eliza Doolittle Day next week on the 20th of May. That's today. Have a great 20th of May, my friends, and I will see you on the 21st. Bye-bye.